Hello, welcome back. Today we're continuing with the Neco Computer Studies Practical, and we're going to be dealing with question number 2. And this is the practical for 2022. We already treated question number 1. In case you missed that out, I'm going to drop the link in the description box below. But today we're handling question number 2, and it is a Microsoft Access question. So it says use Microsoft Access to perform the following tasks. 1. Create a database to show the last term result of your class. On the database, assign the following data type. Here is a table. Using the table format below, perform the tasks. Okay, we will create a table. So let's quickly do that. Launch your Microsoft Access. Alright, so here is where you're going to decide on the folder where you want to keep it. So remember that you must have created a folder by now where you're going to drop all of your work. Okay, and then you decide the name of your database. They didn't tell us a name to call it, so I'm going to use something that suggests the content. So because this is a term result, okay, so I can just call it student result. Student result. All right, then I'm going to click OK. Then I will click on create, and my database is here. Okay, so the question wants us to create a table with these fields, and then they should have these data types. Yeah, so I'm just going to do Ctrl S to save, and then it's going to ask me to put in a table name. So I will call this term result. Remember, again, they didn't tell us what name to use, right? Yeah, they didn't tell us what name to use, so I'm going to use term result. So I'll click on OK. And remember, if you've watched my video before now, we usually use the design view to manipulate the table, to define the table, and then we use the datasheet view to enter data into the table. So right now we will switch to datasheet view, to design view. So you can either do it this way: you right click and then you go to design view, or you just click on this button and then it's to change over to design view, or you click on that arrow to move over to design view. So any of the approaches would work. Okay, so let's get the names. So the first one is serial number. It should be numeric, so that's a number. Okay, so this message you're saying is because the word name is a keyword. Okay, so but it doesn't really matter, so just click on OK and you will continue. So here they said alphanumeric. Alphanumeric, it simply means text. Okay, so this is also text. So there are 5 of them there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we're good to go. So meanwhile, this needs to change to date and time, please. And then if you take note, the format here is 2 digits, 2 digits, and then 4 digits for the month. We are going to come here to change it. Format DD means for day, MM for month, YYY, and Y for year. Okay, so you can do your Ctrl S and switch back to datasheet view. So they said using the table format below, perform the task. Okay, so we are going to enter these values here. So but when you read number 3, it says replace Michael A. Akiwumi with your full name. So we need to start off with our full name. So we'll replace this with our full name. Okay, and then it says replace the asterisk in the field's name, that is name, date of birth, and position in class with your own choice of data to complete the other records. Choose either pass or fail for remarks. Okay, so we need to do that. So here is 1, and this has to be your name. So I'll put in my name, and then the next thing is the date of birth. So the date of birth, I'll just pick any year. Position in class, of course, I came first, yeah. Remarks, okay, so they say we should use either pass or fail. So that will be pass. Okay, so what next are we supposed to do? So we are supposed to enter this one exactly as it is, because this is second, so this should be first. And then replace this data here, with any data of our choice. Okay, so let's quickly do that. Just watch here closely, you'll see what happened. When I moved out of here, it changed to the 2nd of March. Okay, so it is important for us to keep it this way. So the 01 first and then the other one second. So let's take note of that. So I would come here and do 02 01. Sorry. Okay, so when you change that, that's what you have. So always try to be sensitive enough to follow the format exactly as it is. So I am just going to quickly enter this whole data and then I will continue from there. Okay. All right, so I have entered all the data. So you will notice that this is not showing completely. Okay, so you just have to double click on the column line and then the whole thing is going to appear fully. So this is what we have. So there are 6 records and 6 records here as well. Okay, now remember to always save your work intermittently. Just hit your Ctrl S and you'll be good to go. So moving forward, there's a create a new field, call it sex, between the name and the date of birth field. Okay, use M or F only to represent male or female. So for us to achieve that, we need to switch to design view. Just click there and you go to design view. So between name and date of birth, I believe. Yeah, between the name and the date of birth, correct. So let's come here. So come to date of birth, right click on it and you see insert, click on insert. So you have sex, and so let's leave it as short text. Okay, there's no need to play with this. Okay, they didn't ask us to change the field size, but they said only M or F. So well, I can just drop this as 1 so that it can take only 1 character. Okay, so I'll go back to datasheet view. Oh, so I'm asked to save, so I need to save before I switch. So I haven't done that, so this is what I have here as the sex. So I need to do M or F. I believe it's in uppercase, so of course I'm a male. Jide Oye should be a male, I believe. John Mark, of course, a male. Joanne Okoye, female, so that's F. Ibrahim Musa M. Ireti should be female as well. Okay, so I'll do my Ctrl S again. Very important. Okay, where are we? Is it create a new field score between date of birth and position in class. Between date of birth and position in class score, and then you fix between 20 to 90. Okay, so we'll switch back to design view. Between date of birth and position, right? Yes, date of birth, position. So we'll go to where? Position. You're correct. And then we'll click insert row, and that will be score. Score. And of course, it's number. So we'll do Ctrl S to switch back to datasheet view. So here we are. We're expected to enter values between 20 to 90. Of course, I'm the first, so I'm the most brilliant student, so I scored 90. and this person just came after me. Yeah, I could do 85. I could do 83. I could do 80. Okay, here we are. So I'll do my Ctrl S again to save. Very important. All right, so they said using this is the sigma sign, find total of the field score. This is what they want us to do. Use this to find out the total score. Okay, now if you do this here, it's going to appear, you see. So if I click here, I can choose sum, and that is the total score. So let's create the reports, but do your Ctrl S first. I'll go to create. I'll go to report wizard. I like to use report wizard. There are other options, but I prefer report wizard. Now, since I want all the fields to appear, I'm going to click on this to push them to the selected field, and then I'll do next. I'll do next. We're not told to sort it. Okay, so I'll do next, and then we're told to keep it in landscape. Okay, I'll do next. Remember, I left this the way it is. Adjust the field width so field fits on the page, that it is fully justified. Okay, so I'll click next. Okay, let me just preview it without going to the design view. So I'll click finish. Once I do that, this is what I have. Now if you notice, the total is not there. Okay, let me go to, okay, this is actually the print preview. Yes, that total is not appearing. Okay, so let me close this view, this print preview. So this is the design view, but I don't like to go here at first. I like to go to my layout view. Okay, so here by the layout view, it is easy for me to play around with the things I need to do. First thing that I want to do is to adjust this. Okay, if you check, they're not looking very good. They're not looking evenly spaced. So let me close this. So you see, they're not looking evenly spaced. So I would like to space them evenly. So I'll click. Okay, now watch. I clicked on the field name and then held my Ctrl key and clicked on the field data. All right, then I adjusted this a bit. Okay, now before then, I think I want to centralize everything. Okay, so I'll do select all, that is Ctrl A, and then I'm going to centralize everything. I'll go to home, right there. Okay, that's to center everything. Okay, I'll click it again. Good, it is now centered. Okay, so this way it will be easy for me to visualize what the final work will look like. So let me adjust this again a little bit, and I will do the same. Remember, I clicked on the field name, I held my Ctrl key down, and then I clicked on the data. Then let me push this a bit and adjust this a bit. Okay, looks good. So I'll just keep doing that until it looks very organized. Okay, so this looks good. All right, although we're not told to do this part, but I want to just make this bold so that it appears finer. Okay, so I'll just click, hold my Ctrl key down and select all the titles. I'll just make them bold. Ctrl B. Okay, that's that. So remember, we're supposed to put in the total. Okay, so in order to do that, we can click on the field. So we're supposed to do that here. So now that I've selected this, I will go to that. Okay, click on that, or you see sum there. Okay, so here you can do sum, average, and all of those. So I'll click on sum. I'll click on sum because they ask us to actually get the total score. So I'll click on sum, and I have that. Okay, so that is the value, and then I'm going to go back to design view. I want to add a label here, so you see where the function is kept. All right, these ones will show you the date. Okay, I don't think there's need for it, except the exam question says you should do that. So I am going to delete this. I'm going to delete this as well. Meanwhile, this is the page footer. So this is what you're going to get by the end of each page, and this is what you're going to get by the end of the entire report. So assuming that the report spans across multiple pages. All right, so I'm going to go to report design, and then I'll click on label. So once I click on label, I can click here once, and it is important to put the name, the heading. Let me do total here, although we're not asked to do that, but I'm going to do it. I'll come here and then I'll keep it close by this. Okay, so that when I go to maybe my report view, I can see it appear this way. Okay, I'll just go back to layout view, and then I'll just make it bold, although I wasn't asked to do so. Okay, all right, so that's that. So what next do I need to do? I would like to put my name here. So let me go to design view. I would like to drop my name and reg number here, although our name is already appearing. Our name is already appearing as the first name here. Yeah, so that can be used, but I like to take the extra precaution and just drop my name and my reg number here. So I think you should do so. So where do we go to? We'll go to report design, and then the layer label, sorry. Then I'll just put down my name. Please make sure your name is exactly as you're registered, and then you put in your reg number. Okay, please make sure that it is your reg number, very important. So with this, I think we've conquered that very part. Let me make it bold again, don't mind me, nobody sent me shower. Okay, so where are we? So we've prepared the report, and we've done this already as well. Change the page to orientation. Okay, we've already done that. And then print out the table and report. Okay, so you can do your Ctrl S and view this in report view. So with the report view, you see that you're good to go. Okay, so you can do your Ctrl P and print out your work. Choose your printer and print out your work. But if you want to see how your work will look like, this is exactly how your work will look like though. But you can come to here, do print, and look at print preview. So you see, so this is how your work will look like. So this is how your work will look like when you print it. Okay, all right, so you can close this, and that is it. So I want to quickly show you how to get your table printed. The way to get this done is just by right clicking on the table. Okay, and then you go to export. You can either export as Word RTF file or export as PDF, but I would like to export as Word RTF file so that I can get to make some adjustments. Okay, so I'll click on that, and then you get to choose where you want the file to be dropped. So remember the folder where you saved your previous work. I think I kept mine here, so I'll just come back and then I'll click on save and then do OK. So once I do that, it's going to be exported. It has finished exporting with no errors. Okay, so I'll click on close. Now I need to open the folder where it is term results. Then there you have it. Okay, so here I can get to make some adjustments. Okay, so but I can adjust this. You see, you click on this tiny box there, and then you push it in. Okay, so this looks good. Now you see this 515 is showing here, but the total, that's the value, is not showing. So I can, the label is not showing, so I can just add that here, or I can put it here anywhere. And then to take the extra precaution, it is important to put your name and your reg number at the header. Very key. Please remember your reg number, very important. So when you do that, you are good to go. So you can go ahead to print this very one, okay, by hitting your Ctrl P and choosing your printer. The B part says state 2 precautions taken while performing the task in 2A. So I am going to do this in Microsoft Word. Okay, so in order to save us time, I have done all of this already. The first one says state 2 precautions taken while performing the task. So here it is. I said I use appropriate data types for the various fields. I made sure to save my work regularly. I made sure data was correctly entered. I made sure to calculate the total score accurately, and any other precautions that you want to add. But remember, they said 2. Now, here is number 2 says what is database management system, and then I define it as a software that is used to create databases and manage the data in the database. So that is what we just did with Microsoft Access. This one says list 4 types of normal forms. Okay, normal forms, it's actually a way that you use to reduce data redundancy. Okay, so we have the first normal form, second, third, and all the way to 5th, and then you have the box code normal form as well. I think the last question says examples. Give 4 examples of database applications. So of course we used Access, so we started from Access, Informix, Oracle, Microsoft SQL Server, DBase, Sybase, JavaDB, and a whole lot of them. Okay, so remember they said only 4, so I don't think there will be extra mark for mentioning more than 4. So just stick to the number that has been given to you. Okay, so that's that about this question. So remember to save and print your work. Okay, remember to save and print your work. As an extra precaution, do well to add your name and your reg number at the header. Remember, so that your work doesn't get mixed up with someone else's work. So I double clicked here, and I double clicked on the header. So you just need to put in your name, your full name, and your reg number. Now remember your reg number, please. Sorry, your reg number. Please put in the accurate reg number. Okay, so you save your work. Okay, do well to save your work. Don't mind me, I didn't save, but do well to save your work. Okay, please, this is very, very important. All right, so that's that about this question. Thank you for watching. I hope this video was informative enough. I'll see you guys again in the next video. Bye for now.